I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on the Spotlight Network, we're diving into a transformative journey of self-worth, faith, and confidence. We're talking to a wonderful author. Her name is Julie Adcock, and she has written a wonderful book. It is called Unbreakable Confidence, Embracing Your Unique Colors and Unleashing Your Inner Warrior. It is a powerful guide that helps readers break free from unrealistic expectations and discover their true potential. Combining cognitive behavioral therapy with Christian insights, this book is a must-read for anyone looking to build lasting confidence and embrace the life God has planned for them. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today on Spotlight. We thank the team at Atticus Publishing for helping us put her in the spotlight today. And we ask viewers like you to support authors like her by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing her amazing book. The links are below this interview. And be sure to download the Spotlight Network TV app streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV. Julie, thank you so much for joining me here today on Spotlight.
Thank you for having me.
Confidence is so important. I think for others to believe in you, you have to believe in yourself first, right?
I agree. Yes.
What are some of the first steps we can take to developing confidence? And I often find there's a disparity. You have people who are not very talented, who are loaded with confidence, and people who are filled with talent, who are rather intimidated by everything. So there's not necessarily a correlation between talent and confidence, right?
Exactly. Confidence does not discriminate, and what you said is true. It's a personal thing, and I think it's not a natural. I don't think we're born with confidence. I
Hmm.
think it's something that we develop either through, our childhood and our interpretations of events in our life. It's definitely a developed skill.
Yeah. Jodie Foster famously said during the Oscars when she thanked her mother, she said, "Thank you for making every one of my finger paintings a Picasso." So what we
Oh, I
say to
love
our
that.
children is so important, right?
Yes, it is
Yeah.
important.
Yeah.
It is. Childhood's hard though, especially now. I think it's harder than it was even when I was a child. And
Hmm.
the world is life is tough,
Yeah.
and you go through situations, and we live in a world of social media and having to live up to certain standards. And so I think there's challenges in developing
Yeah.
confidence.
Let's talk about cognitive behavioral therapy. Those are real tools that people can use in an individualized program for themselves. And that might undo some of the harmful programming that we had during our upbringing, right?
The cognitive behavioral therapy. Which I'm sorry, what's your
I said
question?
sometimes it'll help you undo some of the negative scripts and negative thoughts you have in your head about yourself if you're lacking confidence, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
cognitive behavioral therapy is all about our feelings and our interpretations, and our belief systems, um, and our perceptions of things. So it's about looking at things through a different lens and changing your viewpoint to
Mm.
see kind of a wider picture. And once I think my clients can do that, or people can do that, it it allows you to change your thinking.
Yeah, exactly. And if you change your thinking, you're going to change your life.
Yes.
Yeah, because that's where it all starts with the belief, right? Your limiting
Thinking and
beliefs.
behavior and feelings are all related, which
Yeah,
is the premise of cognitive behavioral therapy.
wonderful. Let's talk about the Christian aspect of your book. Tell us where Christianity comes in and how that can be helpful to people out there who are lacking confidence and want to build a better, more fulfilled life.
I think when you have I've been a Christian my whole life, and when you have a belief in God and know that he's there for you and he's got your back and he's working in your best interest, that's a strong relationship that can help um, guide you through everything that you do.
Yeah. Yeah, a simple prayer to the Lord can help you find the way, can help you find your confidence, can help you find the answers, can help you find the right path when you're lost, no doubt. Let's talk about what readers can do right now to start changing their mindset and changing their lives.
One thing I I tell people to do is to get up and in the helicopter and look at the big picture
Mhm.
and try to look at things from different viewpoints, and interpret things differently. I challenge people to look at things differently, and the power of positive thinking cannot be underestimated as far as instead of operating on fear and regret is operating on power through confidence.
Mhm.
And I think that's what people can do is getting up in the helicopter, looking at things, looking at the big picture instead of maybe what is going on right that second,
Yeah.
and then interpreting it and making decisions based on the big view.
Exactly. Do you like where you're living? Do you like your family? Do you like your career? Get an overview, not necessarily just the issues you're having with a boss or a colleague right now, for example, right?
Right.
Yeah. Talk
It's
to us.
we tend to get in the weeds,
Mhm.
and you get tangled up if you're in high weeds, if you're in a field with high weeds, you get tangled up and you lose your vision, and it's easy to concentrate on things that maybe aren't what you should be concentrating on. And so to keep a clear vision and with God, relying on Him to guide you and having that constant compass and guidance system there is is incredibly powerful.
Absolutely. Let's talk a little bit about journaling and the journaling activities that you suggest. How do they help folks on their journey to self-confidence?
I think journaling, and so many people don't want to sit down and write. They don't, it's laborious, and it's time consuming. And I think when you start writing things on paper, you process things different. It brings in, again, different ideas and revelations. I think journaling is so very important. It's a way to express yourself and to be able to go back and read what you wrote. It's such a magical process to sit down and write letters to people, letters you may never give them, write letters
Mhm.
to yourself. You can pray through journaling, or you can just write narratives and just write about what you're feeling. And I can tell you when I journal, um, I process much different than just thinking about things. And you get distracted when you're thinking. When you're journaling, you're very focused.
Right. And you tend to ruminate when you're just thinking. You might just think of that bad aspect over and over again instead of, again, getting that helicopter view of the big picture of your day. It's
You
amazing.
do.
100 things can go right during the day. The one thing that goes wrong sticks with you. It's almost human nature, right?
It's there's a saying, it's called the Teflon Velcro theory, and that we let the negative things stick like Velcro and the
Right.
positive things slide off. And that's human nature to do that, and to
Exactly.
let something negative ruin an otherwise good day. And it's about focusing on that positive.
Exactly. Exactly. My son left work the other day and he got a call from the boss and he said to him, "Can you come back in?" And he's like, "Okay, I'll be back in." So he turned around and went home, texted me along the way or called me. And he said, "The boss just asked me to come back in." I said, "Well, maybe he wants to promote you or something. Why do you think the worst?" And he went back in and he was promoted. So but it's
Oh,
funny, but
wow.
the mind tends to go to the negative. He was
It does.
scared to death that he had to go back in. So that Velcro Teflon theory is wonderful. And I will keep that in mind. And I'm going to borrow it, copy it, steal it, whatever. It's a good one, no doubt. But talk to me a little bit about embracing your unique colors.
You know, I grew up, and when I was growing up, I'm a redhead, and I hated that I was different. I hated being a redhead. And at some point in my life, I started to like it. I
Yeah.
started like being different. And I think so many of us compare ourselves to others constantly. Again, that's human nature. And we always think that someone else has it better, or
Hmm.
someone else's looks are better, their life is better, their situation is better. And I think embracing our own differences, whether it's physical or character or just our belief system, is a huge consideration in developing confidence,
Yeah.
is being confident in who you are and what makes you different instead of letting that steal your joy.
Exactly. And what makes us different really is our strength. You know,
Yes.
those differences, you have a different color hair. I'm 6'6". And
Oh, wow.
yeah, and I grew to 6'6" by the time I was 14 years old. So when I was a freshman in high school, everybody thought I was a senior. I'm still the tallest person I meet all day. And, it was intimidating for a young man to be that tall. And I had to
Yes.
learn to embrace being very, very tall and very, very skinny. It's just who I am. And it made me stand out, you know? But, there's so many people who like hide in shame of their height or they're ashamed of being too short. Everybody's too short, too tall, too fat, too thin, too whatever for everybody. Whatever it is about you, like you said, embrace your unique colors and you'll be a happier person and you'll get that confidence that you need to thrive in this world, don't you think?
I do. I agree. I think that's interesting that you shared that because I think you can talk to anyone who has something about themselves that causes insecurity
Hmm.
and causes doubt. And instead of letting that cause insecurity, is embracing it and being proud of it
Yeah.
because it is what makes you different.
Exactly. And find your role models. Like I found my
Yes,
role models in actors who are the similar height. You probably found beautiful redheads. You're like, well, look at her. I can be like that too. And you really do, it is framing is so important, as you know, as a professional counselor. We can frame things as good or we can frame things as bad. A lot of people would kill to be 6'6". You know what I mean? Particularly professional athletes. So I've learned to embrace it
sure.
and I try to stand up as tall as I possibly can even though I bang my head quite a bit. Let's give the folks at home an overview of your book before we leave. What will they find when they crack open the pages?
Well, I think it's all about confidence, which is the title of the book.
Yeah.
And I use different chapters addressing fear and boundaries and being different and having a good safety net. All are things that I see with my clients that cause issues with dealing with life's challenges.
Mhm.
And this book is going to give them therapy tools, journaling activities, reflection questions, as well as a strong foundation with developing a relationship with Jesus Christ
Wonderful.
as being an important part of faith and what we experience beyond life, and letting Him use all the challenges that we have in life to help us and guide us and do amazing things for us.
Wonderful. And those are life lessons that we all need. Everybody needs a pep talk from time to time. This book, let it be your pep talk. Let it find the real value of you. And that's what this book is all about. It's not about just puffing you up and making you, oh, you're great, you're this. No, find out what's great about you because everybody has something that's unique and great about them. Find it, be confident in it, be happier, be comfortable in your own skin. The name of the book is Unbreakable Confidence, Embracing Your Unique Colors and Unleashing Your Inner Warrior. That's right. It is a powerful guide that helps readers break free from unrealistic expectations and discover their true potential. It combines cognitive behavioral therapy with Christian insights, and this book is a must read for anyone looking to build confidence, lasting confidence, and embrace the life that God has planned for them. Julie, thank you so much for joining me here today on Spotlight.
Thank you, Logan. Thank you so much for having me.
I appreciate it. Love having you on the show. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time on Spotlight.